Shelby Houlihan is one of America's greatest female distance runners. This clip of her is breaking the American 5K record in 2018 with a blazing time of 14:35, which is a little over 440-mile pace.
She then broke her own record again in 2020 with the 14:23 5K. She boasts a 55 400 meter, 159 800, 354 1500, and a 431 mile. I'm stating all these times to really convey how elite Shelby Houlihan is and how highly respected she is in the running world, until she was accused of doping and got banned for competing for 4 years.
So basically, Houlihan claims she ate a pork burrito, pig offal to be specific, from a food truck, and then she got her urine tested for doping the next morning, where she tested positive for the steroid nandrolone. Then, according to the Washington Post, the Athletics Integrity Unit and the Court of Arbitration for Sport suspended Houlihan from competing for 4 years, including the next 2 Olympic trials. Houlihan and her lawyer, Paul Green, appealed her case, and they also provided a hair sample and polygraph test to prove that she ate a pork burrito from an Oregon food truck, but the AIU did not give Houlihan's case a second look. The World Athletics also investigated Houlihan's case and stated that her explanation presupposes a cascade of factual and scientific improbabilities, which means that its positive probability is close to 0, which basically means they don't believe her. The CAS also said that it was possible but unlikely that the ingestion of pig offal would have resulted in the urinary concentration of nandrolone, and that her additional evidence was insufficient in proving that she didn't intentionally dope.
And I can't believe that I'm going through this as a clean athlete.
Paul, your next step is to try to appeal to what is like the Supreme Court, the Swiss Federal Tribunal. Is there any additional testing being done, possibly of other burritos?
So
yeah, go ahead, Paul.
I think it's important to understand that Shelby's urine is more important than anything else in this story. There's been a lot of talk online about, what she ate, what she didn't eat. I mean, there's only 2 possible explanations here. Either it came from foodborne contamination or it came from Shelby cheating and taking an oral steroid. Her subsequent test was clean, which means it could not have been an injection. And normally the way anyone would take nandrolone would be by way of injection. It doesn't help you really.
All right, a little background on nandrolone. According to ScienceDirect.com, nandrolone stimulates growth of skeletal muscle and lean body mass. Nandrolone increases strength, mental aggressiveness, and also allows for faster recovery. Nandrolone is an androgen and an anabolic steroid. Androgens are any natural or synthetic steroid hormone that regulates the development of male characteristics. Anabolic steroids are steroidal androgens, including androgens such as testosterone. Nandrolone will increase your testosterone, resulting in an increase in lean body mass and improvement in physical performance.
Houlihan's lawyer claims that the most important aspect of this investigation is her urine sample. A positive nandrolone test is tested by detecting how much of 19-neuroandrosterone is in her urine, which is normally about 0.5 parts per billion in both men and women after a hard workout. A positive test is considered 2 parts per billion or above. Houlihan's test revealed that her urine had 5 parts per billion of 19-neuroandrosterone, indicating that she tested positive for nandrolone. But is it really possible that her positive test was due to eating a pork burrito? I think it's very unlikely. She claims that her pork burrito contained meat from a boar, even though boar meat only makes up 2% of the overall pork supply, according to womensrunning.com. Another important point is that she ordered a carne asada burrito, which would have contained beef, not pork, but apparently they gave her the wrong order.
Baseball has had a long history of nandrolone. 2003 was the first year they tested for the drug, which produced 73 positive tests. In 2017, Pittsburgh Pirates outfielder Starling Marte was given an 80-game suspension for using nandrolone. He apologized and used the same excuse as many other players. He did not knowingly cheat. 7-time Cy Young Award winner Roger Clemens was nicknamed Rocket because of how explosive his fastball was. Many people believed he was using nandrolone and HGH throughout his career. He has been charged with perjury 6 times for trying to mess up or disarrange investigations against him for the use of banned substances. However, his lawyer testified that the evidence was manufactured and he escaped federal charges for using steroids and HGH. He also went on to dominate in baseball for 6 more years.
Something the Olympic Committee could have considered is clearing her false test due to a false drug test. For instance, according to OutsideOnline.com, Veronica Campbell, who is a former Jamaican track and field sprinter who ran both the 100 and 200 meter races, had failed a doping test due to a possible environmental contamination. She was initially banned from the competition and was reinstated after Jamaican disciplinary ruled that she had not committed any violations regarding banned substances. Another example, according to the USSun.com, of a dropped false drug test is a tennis player named Greg Rosetsky, who was tested positive for nandrolone. The tennis player claimed it was because of contaminated supplements given by his trainer. The Association of Tennis Professionals, also known as ATP, dropped his charges after ruling he had taken the drug test by pills/supplements handed out by trainers employed by the ATP.
Answer the question on media bias. Social media, blog sites, newspapers, TV news, etc. have a role in biased media. It tends to be that celebrities on popular sites and channels have an influence on the people. They will lean more to one side and only speak on that side to make the other side look bad.
Without another drug test or trust in a false accusation, Shelby Houlihan will stay banned for testing positive for nandrolone. I would advise all future athletes about to take a drug test. Watch the meat you eat, especially a pork burrito on the side of the street.